Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Children of Zodiarcs walkthrough sponsored by RageWorks.net. In this second story mission, Nahmi and Brice steal the Arch Compass per Zerkov's orders. On their way out, they run into a bit of trouble. And then they found a little bit more trouble. And you see the speech bubble above Nami's head? If you're playing the game, you're going to want to make sure you go through all of those. There's a trophy for getting all of these moments of quiet. So now we move on to the second story mission. Nami's losing her patience waiting for Pester to pick the lock. Nahmi seems to have a real problem with the nobles. It's never easy. This guy Argon is really full of himself. It seems like everybody in this game learns a lesson. That a sword you got there, Hetzy? You just happy to see Argon. Only the bad guys call Nahmi the Ebony Flame. This game does walk you through all of its systems, so if you can't pick it up, it's really your own fault. Right now, you just see me tossing the dice around because, as you can see, the cards don't have very many special, added effects on them right now. Plus, I only have 3 dice. You can roll as many as 17 dice at once. There's actually a trophy for rolling 17 dice in one roll, and I haven't yet figured out how to get that many on the screen at the same time. I first played this game on hard mode and got the crap kicked out of me on this second level. I barely made it through. No matter what you're playing, it's best to be systematic. Try to take out one person at a time unless you're really strong and you figured you can take out more than one at a time, which is, again, of course, later. And this actually explains something I didn't pay attention to the first time I played, that the more cards you have in your hand, the stronger your counterattack is. So if you have one card or no cards, you have a weak counterattack versus if you have 7 in your hand. Actually made a mistake in playing this level this time, which you're going to see later on. Even when you just, tossing the dice around, you don't have to worry about too much. Like, you see, she has 1 star here, which will give her an extra play. By the way, the extra actions, the free actions do not allow you to move. They just let you do another attack or like a spell or something, but in the same square that you're already standing in. I thought that Nahmi needed to be healed, but the one of the dice I rolled had given her some HP, so that was good. You just got to make sure that you keep your deck relatively full, at least 5 cards at any time if possible. Sometimes you don't have the chance to do that because you have so many enemies around you. I mean, even this level, it's what, 2 against something like 8, I think. Actually, 2 against 9. You got to be careful also about sending somebody too far out. Like, if this was hard mode, Pester would get killed right now. Because his cards don't really have any special effects, and as you can see, nobody has very much HP right now. These 4 guys would dogpile on him and murder him. Right now, I'm actually using him as bait in a sense, because you'll see again later in the game that there are areas where you have to move to a certain point to get the enemies to even engage you. You got to watch out about like where you move to depending upon what you want to do. That's why you see me constantly moving over and over again. See, like right now, all I really cared about was killing that dude, so it didn't really matter too much whether I use Knives Out, which is a ranged attack, or Blitz, which is, a face-to-face melee attack. And I decided to get closer because I wanted to heal Pester. It's another case where I tried to move too far. I had to move over because where I originally went to, I wouldn't be able to hit my target. I was just trying to get the best attack, the best attack strength that I could. Right now, it's because it's so early in the game. Like when I first played it, it didn't seem like such a big deal to me. But now that I've been through the game and I'm used to doing like over 100 damage on some of these hits, it's like doing 5 feels like what's going on. But make no mistake, Nahmi is, the main character in the story, and she's always going to be your go-to for melee attacks. You might be surprised at how many people she can take out if she gets surrounded. No pun intended. If you play your cards right, you can clear an area in one turn. Like if the 3 guys here were actually surrounding her and I had my dice the way I really want it, I could take all 3 of them out before, even if Pester still had a turn, I could take all 3 of them out without using him. Because when she gets more dice, she's going to have lightning bolts, which when a lightning bolt comes up on your dice, you get a free action. And she gets pretty much all of them. The only other person that had one through my first playthrough is a character you're going to meet in a couple of minutes. Be mindful of what your attacks do, like in terms of not only if they have special effects, but the range. Like sometimes the backstab attack is not the best thing to do, and that's what I meant when I make a mistake in this level. Actually wind up hitting not only Nahmi, but Pester winds up shooting himself along with hitting the intended target. And it's because I rushed to get a backstab attack. In the early levels, Pester's going to be your primary healer. Like Nahmi has healing spells as well, but Pesters are they have more range and they hit multiple targets. It's not until later that Nami's Will to Live, which is her only healing spell, has the ability to hit more than one target. Right now I'm taking my time before I go into the next room because Nahmi was short on cards. You see, right now she still only has 3. So you can draw 2 cards to pick up your turn. But Pester has basically a full hand almost. So I sent him in because he has the ranged attack. I wanted to go after one of the guards. Since there's only one gunner in there and he's way back, I wasn't too worried about him. But you're always going to want to go after the people with range first because they usually have the more damaging effects. That star dice that you saw pop up, those are those green dice you see. Right now, they don't even really matter because, like I said, you see the cards that both my characters and the enemies have. You see it's blank. There are no extra effects, so star dice right now mean nothing. See, now that Pester shot this guy, Nahmi should be able to take him out. And now we're down to 2-on-2. Nahmi went to level 3, and the Knives Out attack just got upgraded. So now, if I use Knives Out and I roll a star, I'll put a hold spell on the target, which means that for their next turn, they won't be able to move from the tile that they're in. They can still attack or use spells, but they can't move. Now see, Pester's quick draw hits multiple targets, and right here it came in very handy. Because even though he's going to get counterattacked, it's going to be, for one thing, it's going to be a zero hit, and the other thing is he hit both of the remaining targets. He didn't do much damage, but it's, it gets things moving. Now see, when you have a named character like this guy, Chief Justice Hetz, a lot of times the goal of the mission will be to take that person out. In this one, I still have to take everybody out, but sometimes there'll be a level where you will get overpowered, and you got to go for that character that they say to take out, because that'll end the level. See, I'm only doing 9 HP damage here, so Hetz is not going to go down, but again, I still got to take out the gunner either way. With both Hetz and the gunner still alive, I didn't know how long the battle was going to carry on, so I made sure I healed her. Now here's where the mistake comes. See, Pester runs right behind Hetz, but I don't even notice. And once you throw the dice, you can't go back. I'm hitting everybody here. Fortunately, I am going to kill Hetz. And because I healed Nahmi, I don't have to worry about her dying. Pester also went to level 3. Now see, if I hadn't healed her before, that probably would have killed her after the stupid mistake I made with Pester. So now I get the hold, but it doesn't matter because he's gonna die. You'll see it probably in the next level that when you get hold, like you see chains appear around the person. So that's the end of story mission 2, and we're about to meet the third member of our party, which for the longest time I could not tell if this was a boy or a girl. For the record, Brice is a girl. Considering Nami's a teenager, I guess that Brice is probably around 10 or so. And this is also what I meant about the Zodiarcs. Brice has a generally poor attitude and is very prone to outbursts, which is direct excuse me, is directly responsible. The Zodiarc is directly responsible for that. He also clearly has been abused by adults. There is some decent humor in this game. Probably one of the funniest things is, I think in the next mission you will learn Brice's affectionate nickname for Pester. So that takes care of mission 2. I will see you guys in the next one. Again, I thank you for watching, and everybody have a good night. I probably be Sunday on the next mission.